Do all men think kindness is flirting? Oh my God.
Now I know what I'm about to say is going to be a truly radical idea, and there will be some out there that really do have difficulty wrapping their minds around this concept. But it is still not all men. Imagine. However, I will say, in this case, there are some men out there who unfortunately do tend to mistake kindness for flirting. But if a person is wondering how that could possibly be, how could a man mistake simple kindness or politeness or even a compliment for flirting? Well, the reason is actually very simple, if a person just takes a moment to think about it. How often do you think a man, outside of his immediate family, receives any sort of kindness or any kind of compliment at all from a woman who ultimately, well, doesn't want something?
Does body count matter?
No.
Okay. Hypothetically, would you want your daughter to have a body count of 2 or 100?
I wouldn't care. That's her life. So in terms of my preference, I don't have.
I got a better question. Hypothetically,
Someone else's
you
life.
can have a preference.
Yes, you
okay.
can.
That was
Yeah, you
Yes,
can.
you can have a
So,
preference.
I got you. Listen.
I just don't.
I got you. Listen.
Okay.
Hypothetically, if you have a kid
Yes.
and they're going to school,
Yes.
would you prefer your child gets an A on her test or an F on her test?
Just answer the question. It's not.
Would you prefer your child to pass the test or fail the test?
I would prefer a pass.
Okay, so then you do have preferences on other people's life other than your own. So, no, that is true.
But you have, and if you're going to use that example, I think it's very important that you're comparing apples to apples.
But we're not comparing a test to a body count. That's not what we're comparing. What we are comparing, though, is you having a preference for someone else other than yourself. So this question is not hard at all. And the reason why you don't want to choose is because, one, you don't want to contradict yourself. The other reason is you know you will pick 2. But if you do pick 2, you'll be judging people with higher body counts, which you probably have, and you don't want to judge other women. So you want to stay politically correct and try to just not answer the question.
That's
so
true.
I'm reading through you like glass.
And you know, men are looking, because a lot of modern women, they're excited, they are enthusiastic, and they're trying to create vibes. And what men are noticing and what's making them, and this is what, well, you know, the vibes were off. He doesn't really feel like he's romantic, felt like more like he was a friend. In some instances, that's a man being cautious and saying, is she really like this? Or is she just putting on? That would be a woman's form of love bombing. You'd be love bombing a man. Oh, I'm so into you. I'm so interested. When really you're not interested. You just, you know, trying to put your emotions out there and act like you're so excited to get him to pay for that expensive dinner.
I'm a married man that understands the risk of men trying to get married. I'm going to say marriage isn't for everybody. I'm the type that's going to advocate for the women and say, I actually think you need to be at a certain dollar amount in dealing with today's women. As an example, the woman under 40 that you see today is not the 40-year-old version of your mother or your grandma. Between social media, between OnlyFans, between the liberation movement, etc., these women have been conditioned to be addicted to dopamine spikes. What it's done is the version of what women in the West are now. Their hypergamous nature is to a level no other women that's ever existed collectively have ever done. They're demanding things that no women have, that in mass have ever demanded from a collective of men. They're asking for more than ever before. They cannot be content. They're taking this mindset into a marriage, to a relationship, in the dating market. They're not getting the desired outcome, and they've been convinced that the problem is just and primarily the men.
And I think we have to look at how draining dating has become. We have to look at, you know, the reason, or another reason, that men are checking out of dating is because, you know, dating has started to feel, for a lot of men, it's a little bit more, a lot more draining. You're not really hopeful like you used to be. It's more draining than it is exciting. You have, dang, can't believe I'm gonna say this. You don't really have anything to look forward to, right? You know, man, I'm so excited to take this lady out. You know, it's gonna be a great time. Even if it ends up being bad, there's still excitement in there because it's like, man, I got out and I'm out here just moving and grooving. It's not really like that for a lot of men. And so that's another reason that they kind of check out.
My life is simple now.
If you reach out, I'll respond. If you go quiet, I'll match that. You check in on me, I'll do the same. I reflect the energy I receive. No chasing, no pressure, no second guessing. I've come to value peace over attention. I don't beg for time, force connections, or disrupt anyone's space. I let things be. I believe in energy, and I return it exactly how it's given. Be real with me, and I'll be loyal without question. But if you play games, act distant, or vanish, I won't argue. I'll take the hint and respect the space. I'm not angry, just done with confusion, mixed messages, and putting in effort alone. These days, I protect my peace above all. No drama, no mind games. If you want me in your life, show it. If not, that's okay too. I won't beg or demand answers. I used to overthink everything. Now, I just accept and move on. It's not about ego, it's about peace. I've stopped trying to revive what's already over. Respect and communication matter. Effort always speaks louder than talk. If you want to be treated right, show up right. Because I match what I get, nothing more, nothing less.
And I'm not signing a prenup. Because what do you mean when they slide you a paper saying, okay, here's everything that comes with your marriage? You're going to be like, hold up. I don't want this part. I don't want her to have access to this.
So you just never want to be married. Because in this day and age, women have weaponized marriage. So most men aren't getting married, which is why you see a lot of women complaining, oh, I've been with him for 7 years, he's never proposed to me. Well, men are terrified of marriage now. And you want to know why? Because women think like this. This woman is a prime example of why nobody wants to get married anymore. Because why are you sitting there talking to me about you want to be able to have half my if we divorce? So you're already thinking about divorce. At the end of the day, this isn't 1980. You feel me? 1920s, whatever the it was. All right? Back in the day, mother was property. Women were literally property. They could not work, right? Which is why if they got divorced, they got half of the because they can't survive. They've never had a job. They spent their entire life in the home. That makes sense. If you're a housewife and you catch your man cheating, 100%, you get half of all of his You should get 80% of his You were a good woman and he cheated on you. But you're not a stay-at-home mom. You're a strong, independent woman. So if you didn't catch this fucking cheating and you just woke up one day and you're like, I don't like him anymore, I like somebody else, then honestly, you should give up half of your I feel like whoever initiates the divorce, unless there is substantial evidence and reasoning to do so, whoever initiates the divorce gives up 50% of their.
And you also have to start asking the question, like, why is anybody shocked that the good men are going extinct? Like the good men are moving away. Like why is that something that you're, oh man, you know, that they just up and disappeared? No, they didn't. I'm seeing you out here messing with other guys. I'm seeing you out here not being serious. I'm seeing you out here prioritizing chaos, drama, the quick buck, basically, the short-term play. I'm seeing you out here rewarding that versus somebody that's stable, makes good money, and has their stuff together, a long-term partner. You don't want that guy right now. You want that guy when you're 35 or 40.
Maybe that black woman would have spoke to you if you paid for her groceries. Instead of a hi, if you said hey, can I cover your groceries? I think you're a really beautiful woman and I'd...
Shut your fat ass up. You got $250,000 in food stamps in that bugger. You think we Jay-Z? Anybody about to pay that money for to come talk to your fat nutting ass? Nobody about to pay that much money for to feed you and them thick churn you got there. Fat churn you got. I don't even know your churn, but I know they fat. Big.
I remember the first time I got with a girl who was genuinely nuts. I was like, is this what it's like to be desired by a woman? Because I genuinely couldn't tell if she was crazy or if this is just how women act when they really like you. Like when I tell you I couldn't breathe around another woman without her like absolutely losing it. I was just like, does she have problems? Or is this just how women act when they really like you? Because my experience in dating was always like, I'm always like in pursuit of the woman, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Which is crazy because even when they come to me, it kind of felt like I was always in pursuit of them, which is weird. So when this girl came around and she was like, obsessed with me, essentially. I was just like, is this how it's supposed to be? Like, is she crazy, or do I just not know what to do with this? I think it was a little bit of both. I think she liked me and she was actually crazy. But after getting with the girl who was like obsessed with me, I never went back. I never went back to women where I felt like I had to like pursue them. Like I had to ask, hey, you free on this day to hang out? And then they're like, oh, No, it would always be like them hit me up at that point and be like, hey, can I come over? Or, hey, do you want to go out here? After experiencing a woman who was like genuinely like obsessed with me, I was like, I'm never going back to feeling like I gotta prove myself to a woman ever again. Because I finally found out what reciprocity felt like. I think that's how you say it, reciprocity. Yeah, I finally found out what that was like. So I was like, never again. Pursue, chase, never. Like we holding hands, we riding this bike tandem. Okay, from now on.
You know, a lot of times these men, my God, they have to audition for no reason. Not doing it. Why do I have to audition for you? Why do I have to prove myself to you? But you never have to prove yourself to me. I mean, God dog, y'all want men to be leaders, but then you let him get all the way down the street and you never even give him any support. What CEO, what boss in what company is going to be like, yeah, I'm going to carry this entire company on my back the entire way, and say, you know what, I don't need no help. I don't want no support. Which one? Nobody. Give that man some help.
I don't think they thought this one through. Because, frankly, it is not the boast that a lot of them seem to think that it is. Because I have seen several different videos, very similar to this one, made by several different types of women, each indicating that they have, in some cases, spent thousands of dollars on their appearance, whether it be on their makeup, their hair, their nails, or in some cases even their clothing. Thousands of dollars to look a certain way. And if you're going to ask most women why they do such things, it's for themselves. Because if we're going to be very honest, most men don't really care how much a woman spends on her appearance as long as she looks presentable. They don't care if her hair cost $1,500 or if she did it herself. But yet we're supposed to be led to believe that they're not going to be then using men after spending such large amounts of money on themselves? Okay.
Fellas, what y'all doing? It is working. So I am in Chipotle today, overhearing a girl's conversation where she is whining on the phone, talking about she is 38 years old, never been married, got 2 kids, and the guy she's dating right now is not interested in marrying her. The first time in a long time, women are starting to realize getting married and starting a family is not guaranteed anymore. Y'all are choosing yourselves and peace, and women are feeling it. Women are starting to worry if they will ever get married, and if they don't already have kids, if they will have children. There's a reason, because y'all are tired of modern dating, tired of emotional games, tired of feeling unappreciated, and tired of relationships that are one-sided. Instead of rushing into relationships, y'all are slowing down and observing how these women are first. Pretty privilege is over. Y'all are no longer dating based on how a woman looks and how you're attracted to her. Now y'all are asking yourselves, can she bring me peace? Can she support my dream? Can I trust her long term, and does she actually value me? Because you all are realizing one of the biggest decisions you can ever make is a relationship and then it going to the highest level of marriage. And when y'all choose wrong, it destroys everything financially, mentally, emotionally. For years, women have believed that men need women more than women need men. But now men are getting so comfortable with being alone and focused on their work, their purpose, and peace. And finally, women are realizing that men have always controlled marriage and building a family. And now you all are becoming more selective.
Is it true that nice guys always finish last?
I mean, everybody wants to date a nice guy, but I think it's not about being a nice guy. It's the guys that have weak boundaries. And what
Is that what a nice guy is, essentially?
Yeah.
Is that what people refer to when they say nice guy?
That's what I refer to. Like, if a guy's like, oh, nice guys finish last, like, no, those are just the guys who have weak boundaries or have no boundaries at all. They are yes mans. They say yes to everything. They are people pleasers. They don't stand for anything. They're not confident. I mean, no woman wants to be with a man like that.
Mm-hmm.
We want a man that we can submit to, but how are you going to submit to a man who has no boundaries in place and doesn't stand for anything? You know, we want direction. We want leadership. We don't want to have to make all the decisions. And if we're out here making all the decisions, it's like we feel like we're almost like your mother.
Right.
And I'm not trying to babysit you. We want a man who can put his foot down and be like, hey, this is the decision I'm making, and trust the decision he's making. Because if you don't trust your own decisions, how are we going to trust you?
Right.
At the end of the day, in a relationship, a woman wants to be in her feminine energy as a man sits in his masculine energy and is able to guide and lead that relationship. I mean, we want a man we can submit to, but we're not going to respect you if you aren't going to set boundaries for yourself or other people.
I don't want to say this but I am. There's not really any like men these days. Like, you know what, like masculine men. When I'm talking about masculine, I don't mean like bulk dudes, like, like dumb right now. I'm talking about like masculine men. Like, where are those guys?
What
you know, like someone like my brother and my dad. They're
What makes a masculine? Yeah, what do you
man?
want in a masculine man? Like change a tire type.
It has nothing to do with looks. It's just a guy who can just like support you and like no jealousy, just like, you know, it's not easy dating me, you know, because, you know, like I said, I'm kind of like an alpha, you know, so I got to meet someone who's more alpha than me.
So you want more alpha, you don't want a beta.
No,
because a lot of
absolutely
alpha homegirls that I have a little bit more of a beta boyfriend situation.
Because I have dated someone that was very, very a yes man, and it was very sweet, but then it gets boring.
You just don't know what they want. She couldn't even answer the question. He said, what is a masculine? What do you consider a masculine man to be? And she couldn't even tell you. Somebody who supports you and is not jealous is a masculine man? That's your answer? Somebody who's more alpha than you?
And today, on how sexism is only funny if it's about men, please see the following.
Under my leadership, women would not have to pay taxes. No, they wouldn't. You're a woman. No taxes for you. Everything is a tax write-off for you.
Oh, it gets better.
Tampons, free. Pads, free. Anything to do with menstrual cycle and pain is free, bitch.
And how are those going to be paid for? Oh, yeah, that's right. That half of the population that would be left paying taxes would be footing the bill for those.
Next, we are going to stop funding male medical research. No more of it. From now on, we are only doing studies and research for women, on women's health only. From here on out, thank you so much.
So half of the population is not deserving of medical research? Oh dear.
Next, all men must go to work under my leadership. Yes, you must. You must be at work. Providing for any woman and every woman in your life. It's a requirement under my leadership, bitch.
Yeah, no. There are those of us women out there that can actually take care of ourselves. Sorry that some don't fall into that category.
And finally, every man is guilty until proven innocent. That's just a quick little roundup under my leadership of what I'm aiming, okay? Thank you. This is the Simona Project.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who's wondering, who exactly is going to be enforcing this new sexist regime? I wonder if they thought that part through.
I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to respect you. If you don't ever want to approach a woman, I get why you would feel that way. If you want to blame women, go for it. I am not in a battle. Someone said, oh, you're in a battle, you're gonna lose. Like, things are never gonna be better. I'm having a blast. If you want to be here and talk about the hard stuff and dance while we're doing it, that's what's happening. But who is the us you're speaking about? I'm missing this us. Because men are emailing me. There are plenty of men who want to step up and who believe things can be different. So who are you speaking for? I don't know where you're at, but I got this shirt on this morning. Woo! And the fire truck and the ambulance is validating. I'm born to love, man, and every human is. This fire truck. Whew, mornings are my jam. Mornings are my jam. I'm born to love. You can think I'm trying to convince you. I am not a woman here to convince. I'm a woman to share, love, collaborate. I am many things. My dad used to think I should be a lawyer. all good for the lawyers who want to be a lawyer. I don't want to convince you. I want to respect you, I want to love you, and I want to find other people who are into respect, love, and truth. Come on, guys.
A man risks money, a woman risks her whole life. And once you understand that, you'll never feel guilty for having standards again. Think about what he actually puts on the line when he pursues you. Some dinners, some gifts, some time. Money he can earn back next month. Everything he risks is replaceable. Now look at what you risk. Your body, your health, your peace, your time, which you never get back. And if intimacy leads to a child, your entire life changes permanently in ways his never will. Everything you risk is irreversible. So when a man expects you to give quickly your body, your energy, your trust, before he's shown you anything real, understand what he's actually asking. He is asking you to take the irreversible risk, so he doesn't have to take the replaceable one. And this is not you being difficult. This is you understanding math. You carry the heavier costs, so you are allowed to need more before you give more. The right man understands it instantly. He wants to earn the irreversible. He is not in a rush to take it. And the man who makes you feel greedy for wanting time, effort, and certainty first, he was never planning to give you anything he couldn't easily walk away from.
Women will be busy getting multiple degrees, and a man who's had 3 thoughts in his life refuses to commit to them.
Speaking of commitment, this guy's been in my life for 3 years and he still doesn't want to commit to me.
What are you doing?
I'm hanging out.
What are you doing in the car? Hey, what's up, pal? How are you?
Listen, why don't you get in the car? We've been talking about you. Just get in the car.
All right.
She's planning 5 years ahead. You're planning dinner if someone reminds you.
Playing dinner? He don't plan dinner. He just wants me to sit home and cook and clean all day.
What happened to those old school women that took care of their husbands? That would cook, clean, take care of the kids?
I go to work every day.
Yeah, but those men had long-term goals, direction. All you got is unlimited requests. Okay, you wanted to cook chicken cutlets for you while you're still figuring things out for the next 12 to 18 business years.
How is it that my way is always wrong and you correct me on how I should communicate? I don't know.
I don't know why your way is always wrong. That's a good question.
Like, if I say, hey, that annoys me, you tell me, hey, that's okay that it annoys me, but you should have said it this way and done it this way.
I feel like that's effective marriage communication.
I feel like it makes no sense. Like, the way I do things is the way I do things.
And it's wrong.
Here this man is, very gently, trying to reason through with his wife how it is nearly impossible for one person to always be wrong in a relationship. He's trying to work it out with her, and all she's willing to do is fight him on it. Let me tell you, that man is obviously a good man that has completely let go of his ego in order to even have this conversation. Because a lot of men, this is exactly why they stop talking about their feelings. They start bottling it up because it's just not worth it.
Can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them? I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
Most men don't realize that when a woman keeps trying to talk, she's not arguing, she's asking to be understood. Men who cannot communicate often treat every conversation like an argument instead of a chance to actually understand her. You hear her concerns as attacks, not realizing she's expressing needs that matter to her emotionally. Instead of listening, you get defensive and slowly turn her feelings into something she regrets even sharing. Psychology says when emotions are dismissed repeatedly, the mind starts associating communication with pain. You think she's overreacting, but she's just tired of explaining things that never seem to reach you. So she starts shutting down, not because she's okay, but because nothing she says changes anything. Her silence is not peace, it's protection. Because being vulnerable with you started to feel unsafe.
Men do not play hard to get. Work is just so crazy. I'm just so busy. I am going to hold your hand when I say this, and you're going to want to save this video for later. I have been on dates with men who are actually busy, men with companies, men who are executives, and you know what they are excellent at? Prioritization and running their calendar. So you want to know the difference between the guy who is actually busy and the one who couldn't give a damn about you? I will tell you. The guy who is actually busy responds to your message and says, I have back-to-back meetings all day. Let me call you at 7 and we'll figure this out. He calls you at 7, you guys figure it out, and it's handled. But the guy who couldn't give a damn about you, there's no consistency. There's no follow through. He keeps telling you all the things that he wants to do, and then he sits on his ass and he does absolutely nothing about it. But the guy who actually follows through, don't get it twisted. He's not doing it for you. He's doing it because that's who the hell he is. That's how he built his life. That's how he earned his success. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. The guy who is genuinely busy might not always be available, but he will never leave you guessing where you two stand, and his actions reflect it. And the best part about dealing with men like this is they free up your mental space. You're in your feminine energy. You're on top of your shit. You're focused on your fitness, your business. One guy will move mountains for you, help you build an empire, looking the best you've ever looked. The other guy will have you on a first-class flight to the lowest point of your life, looking like a rat in New York City.
When I was in college, I dated a very traditional Christian man who asked me at one point, how do you feel about after you graduated, we just immediately got married and you were a stay-at-home wife and you didn't have to work? I was honestly offended by that question because I was so passionate about this thing that I was getting a degree in that I was just so eager to enter the workforce and do this thing that I loved and get money for it. Fast forward to today, I've graduated, we broke up, I'm now working in the profession of the thing that I got a degree in, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done.
An uncommon truth is that most men have never felt safe inside of love into a relationship, because that man is literally always dealing with some level of insecurity, uncertainty, and they're in survival mode constantly. They don't get to relax. Even whenever you out and about with them, if you pay attention to that man is checking exes. He know what's going on around him. He's never calm, cool, collected. You having a great date. You just over there, like you don't care what's going on around. That man is in survival mode constantly. And even whenever he deals with life, his nervous system has forgot what it means to relax, because he's always worried about what's next. It's up to you to be his peace, his emotional support, to the level that his nervous system actually relaxes around you, to where he can feel some kind of sense of calm. And not for nothing, you may be the first person in his life that he's ever felt safe with. You may be the first relationship that he's ever felt safe in. And that'll be beautiful for him.
People need to start getting asked to be stood up. It is truly, like we were saying before, like the most human thing.
I made this bet with my boss like a couple years ago, and I've now added my best friend, her husband, and a couple other friends. But I feel like I'm just going to open it up to the general public because I'm good for it. So the bet/offer is, if you introduce me to my husband and I marry him, I will give you $5,000. I don't have to stay married to him for long. I can get divorced in 20 years. It doesn't matter. But if you introduce me to a man that I walk down the aisle and get married to, I will give you $5,000. My DMs are open.
Okay, let's talk about this. So, I'm offering a $5,000 referral bonus to anyone who finds me a husband. Yes, the video you just saw, that is her. That is who the New York Post wrote about. So, here's my thing. This is what men keep telling us. We want to say that they're being mean and bashing women. When they tell us that you will hit the wall, once you enter your mid-30s, they are not lying. This is what we need to realize. When a man gets married, most of the time he wants to build a family with that woman. There's off situations where that may not be the case, but a majority of the time, when you come together with a spouse, you want to build a family together. It's very hard for women over 35 to naturally bear children. That's not hearsay. That's not an opinion. That is pure facts. That is science. So when men keep telling us about hitting the wall, this is a prime example. Nowadays, women want to prioritize careers over family. And now they realize they're going to be lonely.
Where are you from?
Kingston, Jamaica, and I am in Long Island, New York. I don't speak on my age because I don't age.
Are you in your late 20s, mid 20s, or
Yes, I'm in my 20s.
late 20s?
Basically, yeah, sure.
Do you have any children?
I don't think that's anyone's business.
We'll leave that there. What's your relationship status?
I am married.
How long you been married for?
Over
Madam,
20 years.
Come on, madam. You just said you're in your 20s. You got married when you was 9?
I got married since I was born.
Didn't I tell you? Oh my God.
I'm married to God. I've been married since I was born. Like, what are you talking about?
There's a relationship. I am married to him. I'm not dating God. I'm married to God.
Talk about it.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
And a lot of these modern women, they say a lot of stuff that's demeaning. They talk about how men are shaming women, but a lot of these modern women out here shame men a lot. They say some off the wall stuff. They say some crazy stuff to disrespect a man. And when a man says, okay, that's how it is, you have to understand when you say stuff like that, when you do stuff like that, a man, you're going to call him cold. You're going to say that he's emotionally unavailable. But really, part of that, or maybe even a good portion of that, was you talking trash. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Like Kevin Samuels always used to say. You too worried about shaming him and insulting him. Now that man seemed cold and distant, and you're not looking at what you did that might have caused that.